Hey, folks, I know what you guys gonna say. Why not a cousin?
And not a cousin.
Not a cousin, brother. I'm telling you the truth, brother. This guy's on my mom's side, actually. So this is my cousin Duke Sam Fong. He also was my classmate in high school as well. Went attended Kamehameha, I think since seventh grade, actually. And
Yeah.
the funny thing was, I actually knew him before that. We used to go watch the football games and stuff. My dad and his dad grew up together. Did a lot of had a lot of fun and did some rugged things together too. But it's cool to connect with him because honestly, Duke, I can't remember the last time you and I went talk story like this, bro.
It's been a long time, bro. Been a long time.
I think I want to say like when we were 16, because that's when you guys was last at Kamehameha. So
Definitely
it's
before
been
I
30
left.
years, bro.
Definitely
30,
before I left. Yeah.
yeah, been 30
I mean,
freaking years.
we connected on Facebook a couple times, I think.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we haven't talked. We haven't talked for a long time.
Oh no, for sure, bro. This is cool to catch up with you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks. So I'm gonna have my cousin introduce himself, brother Duke Sam Fong. If you could please go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
Okay. Well, he already said my name, Duke Sam Fong. Um, like he said, I was at Kamehameha until class of '94, but my family moved. My father tried to take us to a place where we could afford stuff. Ended up we couldn't afford stuff over there anyway. but but yeah, so I graduated in Utah, St. George, Utah, Pineview High School. Um, they were good to me. I gotta say that. I mean, I missed the islands. I missed Kamehameha. I missed all you guys like big time, but Pineview was good to me. Graduated in '94, obviously, and then went to Utah State. Um, was was uh, was on the football team until I broke my wrist. After that, I kind of gave up football. But then I went on my LDS mission, came home, started coaching volleyball, got lost in volleyball. Um, Eventually graduated with math education, and now I am teaching. After a long story, I'm now teaching at Pineview High School math. I have 3 kids. I was married, fell in love, got married, fell out of love. Got no, I think I was divorced before I fell out of love, and then I still have 3 kids, and they're awesome. Um, and yeah, that's where it stands. I'm the head coach at Pineview High School, which is funny to say because you guys, I didn't play volleyball at Kamehameha, but only my 7th grade year I played. Before you played 8th grade, and then I played 7th grade, but that was with Stuart Chong, yeah. So Stuart Chong was the setter, and then Christian Yurong was the setter. So I had no chance. I had no chance. I had no chance to play. Um, but yeah, but I always, loved volleyball. So I'm here now coaching, having fun.
Glad you're still doing it too, bro. Yeah, funny because Christian, I know Christian watches the show too, and I asked him, I was like, brother, you like be on the show? He's like, nope, not me, bro.
What?
No, this thing that's cool though. And then oh, speaking of mission, you talked about earlier. So when I was in Kobe, Japan, it was funny because um this guy who I got along with pretty well from St. George, his last name was Broadhead, and he
Oh
was
yeah, Jim.
yeah, Jim
Jim.
Broadhead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So we were just talking, and then he just out of nowhere he went, Kevon, you don't happen to know the Sam Fogs, do you? In St. George. I'm like, brother, that's my cousins. He went, no way. And then that was it, bro. He told me everything. He told me about you and Wilder getting into fights.
Oh my gosh. You know Howley's up here. They think that if you yell at each other, you're fighting. That was so blown up.
You're just communicating. It's efficient
Yeah, he's just
communicating.
communicating. He's
Yeah.
just communicating. I had to use my hands a couple times, because he was wearing a helmet, right? It was during a football game, that's why. So he couldn't hear, so I had to use my hands, and then everybody thought we was fighting. But the ref wanted to call a foul, like he wanted to throw the flag on us.
on your own teammate.
Our own teammate. But that was blown out of proportion though. He
Oh,
wasn't fighting.
that's hilarious,
That
bro.
was he came when we moved to Hawaii or to Utah. He got a hot temper. Like he developed a like a really hot temper. So
Wilder did?
yeah. So he was always wanting to fight with people. So I had always had to get in the way, to stand in the way, which is kind of funny, right? Because I was usually the one causing trouble on the football field too. But no, yeah, yeah. James, his dad was the principal at Pineview,
Oh, snap.
and spoke Japanese because he went on his mission. He was a dendobucho in
Wow.
Japan at
That's
some
small
point.
world,
Yeah.
bro.
Small
Wow,
world, bro.
that's
Connections, they're crazy, bro.
that's crazy, man. I'm gonna have to hit him up. In fact, you know what? I don't think I've even connected with Broadhead since the mission, bro. I gotta try to see if he's on Facebook. You
I
friends with him? You
heard,
friends with him?
shoot, yeah, but a long time ago. I haven't seen him for a long time too. I haven't
Oh,
seen him since before his mission.
oh, okay, okay. But yeah,
Yeah, so
I just thought that was cool when he brought you guys' names up. I was like, oh, I just got Natsukashi, man. I got all nostalgic.
it's a small world, especially when you live on an island, right?
Oh, heck yeah, bro. You know,
You know everybody.
oh yeah. You know, what was that transition like for you going from Hawaii to Utah? I mean, I obviously know what it was like for me, going there, some rough spots, had to deal with some prejudice here and there, but not everybody was like that. I had a lot of good people that helped me out too, but I had some rough spots. What was it like for you?
Same. Um, it was it was different. It was different. It was culture shock for sure. Like there was some days like I remember, and I didn't know, I wasn't the beach rat. I didn't go to the beach every day. But I remember one morning waking up and not being able to smell the ocean, right? And that made me homesick because St. George is a desert. And then I remember like 3 4 weeks into school, I was walking in the hallways at Pineview, and then I saw something that gave me a flashback to home. And then I totally got lost. Like one of those episodes in Hawaii and on the TV where they just don't know where they're at. Yeah, so I was just standing. I was looking around, like, where am I? I was lost. So it was hard. Back then, I had a little more tan. I think Utah is taking my tan away. But yeah, people would follow me in stores. I had to almost got into a fight with a Mexican gang. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just different here. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Um, I give you credit though, because I was there, I think a total of maybe like 10, 11 years. And I had to come closer to Hawaii. I had to at least see ocean. So I ended up moving to the Bay
Mm.
Area for a few years, yeah. And
Mm.
started working over there too, which is cool. And then finally, like in '09, transitioned back home, man. Yeah, yeah, just because,
Even the Bay Area is not the same, though.
true.
There's nothing like Hawaii. There's
Yeah,
nothing like Hawaii.
yeah, that's true. But they get enough of the Hawaiian activities over there to give
Yeah.
you a little bit of taste so you don't get too homesick.
Mm.
Plus, you get plenty locals over. Bro, they get ho'olaulea when I was living there. They get ukulele festivals. Always get hula competitions and stuff like that, bro. It's crazy, you know. But yeah, and then the area I lived in at the time in the Bay was the mayor was Filipino, and it was crazy because like you pretty much just saw a lot of Latinos, a lot of Filipinos, and Polynesians here and there, and then yeah, then you had black and white people kind of dotting the areas every so often, but a lot of Asians and a lot of brown folk, bro. It was kind of interesting, man, being over there. I just walked into the gym. I just looked like everybody else.
Right, but that's comfortable though,
Yeah, yeah.
like that's comfortable. I mean now I look like everybody else because I'm. But yeah, man, you just feel at home around. When I came here, it was different. Like everybody was Haole. Not that I'm half Haole, right? So I'm half Caucasian. So but it was still different. I mean, I feel like I lived my life half, like half, like in between. Like when I was in the islands, I was mostly Haole. When I came here, I was not Haole,
Right.
but I wasn't fully Hawaiian.
Right.
So like I can speak, like even in the islands, I could speak English, like
Yeah.
real English, right? I remember Jared Kale called me up on the phone one time. He didn't even recognize me because I was speaking real English. We had to speak at home. That's what my dad made us speak at home. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now, yeah, it it's it's crazy.
Did Jared call
Hawaii,
you up
Hawaii's
recently?
in, no, I haven't talked. I talked to Aaron. I saw Aaron like 12 years ago when
Oh yeah.
he was doing some type of financial thing.
Oh, because you know
But I
Jared is
haven't
up
seen
there,
him.
huh? You know Jared is up there,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
I heard actually Wilder's ran into Jared a couple times,
Oh, solid.
but I don't get around. I don't get around very much. I mostly stay down here in St. George, so that's why I was so mad when you and Adam were up in BYU, and I never once got to see you guys. Bro, I should have just went up there.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I don't know what happened, man. Like because I heard you guys had moved to Utah, but I didn't realize you guys were in St. George until like way later, bro. I was like, oh wait, what? He's over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoot,
But
man.
yeah, Choke Polynesians over here too now, because
Oh
Dixie
yeah.
College or whatever they call it now, they call it Utah Tech now because
Oh,
Dixie was insensitive to I don't know something.
oh really?
But yeah, Dixie State College started recruiting heavily from the islands.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
So get plenty of Polynesians up here.
oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's what I heard. Is getting more diverse.
Yeah,
That's cool. In,
yeah.
get on that inclusion. Hey, if
Inclusion.
you were to talk about like your biggest accomplishments and biggest challenges that you had in your life, what would you be willing to share? What were like some of the biggest accomplishments you had and some of the biggest challenges you had to overcome?
Obviously, I mean, divorce is never fun, right? Uh, but I think I got kind of lucky in that. I mean, she was nasty, right? She blamed me for stuff. I had to go to court and do anger management. That's a joke, bro. Anger management. I mean, no offense to brother in South Carolina. Who was that? Who was that mental health person? And
Oh, Mike Tui.
no offense to Mike, but the anger management class I took was a joke, bro. It was trash. It only made me more angry because I had to take that class only because she said stuff. Anyways, but yeah. So divorce, obviously, and then for some reason, it was very hard to get into for me to get into the Washington County School District. Like I made an enemy somewhere in the district, and they were constantly blocking my application for the last 10 years. So that wasn't fun. Um, and then oh, and then you know you remember my dad, huh? How he
Of
walked
course,
around.
yeah, yeah.
He used canes like that. Bald, sleep apnea, gout, arthritic hips. Yeah, I was his favorite. He left me all of that. So so I don't move around very much anymore.
Yeah,
Um, that's why I was yelling when he was interviewing Adam Lee, and he said he only got 5 hours sleep.
yeah.
Well, if I only got 5 hours sleep a night, my legs wouldn't work. So I was yelling at him, but he didn't hear. I don't know. I mean, people, you can call that challenges. It's challenges for sure, but it's. I didn't really ever look at it like that. It's just how it was. It's just what happened. So I came away from everything pretty good. I think I'm where I want to be now. So I mean, I'm not rich. I mean, I don't know why you're interviewing me, but I tell for you, like you interviewed all these guys with businesses and with money. I'm telling you, bro, the channel's going down from this point on.
No, it's not, bro. Believe no, no, there's a reason why we're talking story for sure, man. Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, it definitely. I mean, I don't know. Just, I mean, you could totally equate success to money as well, but you know, well, one of my friends, I don't know if you know him. He's from Utah, actually, Samoan guy named Setemagali. He's a motivational speaker now, and he used to play professional football for the Patriots, and he had this his gauge. He has this gauge of measuring what he calls how to measure success, and he puts it on like four different parameters, right? For on a matrix, and so you have physical, spiritual, financial, and relational. Basically, saying like physical is obviously like, you know, your physical health, and then relational is like your relationships with your family, friends, and then the other side is the financial. You know, like your ability to provide for your family, and then the spiritual. The spiritual he was mentioning is like has to refer to like your mental health and your relationship with Heavenly Father too. And you know, rather than thinking, oh, it's just about money, try to make yourself so you are exceeding in all four of those matrices or all four of those gauges. And I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I've been kind of doing like this self-assessments myself and being like, where am I at? Am I okay? Do I want to be better? You know, just kind of doing that for myself. But seriously, man, I mean, you think about it, all the challenges you had to go through, you got pulled from all of us from high school, going to a place you wasn't too familiar with, right? And had to deal with some challenges there, you know, obviously with maybe prejudice and racism. You overcame that. And then, you know, going through all those cultural differences. And then now, you know, you're talking about the physical stuff you're going through now, all these health challenges. And yet you're still serving a community, bro. You being a proponent, you're being a mentor to these athletes as a coach, bro. You know, some guys would be like, screw this, I just go do my own thing. But you know, you're still deciding to be a mentor to these folks, bro. And you got 3 kids too. You know, I mean, just being a dad alone, bro. I get 2. I can't even imagine what you get with 3. You know, I mean, I love my boys, bro. They're a blessing. Sometimes it gets rough, you know, as you already know, but you know, it's a funny paradox, yeah. It's like exhausting and good fun and fulfilling at the same time. It's kind of weird, man. Unless somebody's a parent, they don't get it. But so yeah, you know, you are a success, bro. You just, yeah. Remember, everybody going through something. Even the guys that you say get plenty of money, believe me, they're going through stuff. I know.
Yeah, I'm thankful I don't have that curse.
Ah, shoot, Bob.
Oh, that's why you do this channel, huh? You build me up. Oh, wow. You gonna make me blush?
Nah, man. Hey, honestly, this channel, I mentioned it several times in a few episodes. The channel is actually for me too, man. Because when I talk story with all you guys, it helps me because I've had some, especially when COVID started. Oh, I was having some issues, man. Like I even had my bout with suicidal thoughts. I don't know if you saw the one I did with Snuka, Jay Snuka.
I never see that one. I never see that one.
Oh, that was a good one. Superfly, Jimmy Snuka's.
Oh, that's son. What I'm gonna ask. So that's his son.
That's his son, man.
Oh,
his real immediate son, and it was cool because he actually, I think he lives in Orem right now, I think, and we were talking a story about his dad, and he talked about some of the issues that his dad had, and he had as well. And he talked about him having suicidal thoughts. Not Superfly, but him, Jay Snuka, the son. And then that brought out the stuff I was going through too at one time. I was having suicidal thoughts too because mine's mostly dealt with my mom's death, really. Just that trauma of her dying super early and then kind of carrying over into some other things and just being in a spot where I felt like, man, how come I'm not, you know, progressing forward, bro? I just feel like, I don't know, I was getting stressed out, you know, home life, work life, everything was going crazy. But now I'm kind of finding my groove now, you know, even after this whole pandemic and everything, it's starting to get better. But anyway, shoot, I better shut up. This,
No,
this
let me ask, how was your faith during this whole time? Like, did you stay close to the church or whatever, you know,
yeah.
were you pretty close to the church the whole time or?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I would go church on a regular when they allowed us to go back. The only thing was, I don't know. I mean, just to be honest, just recently, and I don't mind if people know this too. I just recently I started kind of questioning some things, and
Mm.
I don't think it's bad to question, honestly, in my opinion. You
No,
know,
it's not that. No.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad at all. I know some people say, "Oh, you shouldn't question." I'm like, bro, if you talk about Joseph Smith, the reason why he started the church because he was questioning. So why are you
That's
gonna
right.
tell me that kind of
That's
question?
right, bro.
You
That's
know
right.
what I
You
mean?
have to question.
Yeah,
You have to question, and then you work through the question, and then you get the answer. Right? You become more resolved. You become more stolid. Yeah, that's you have to question. Every year I question everything. Not everything. There's some things you question so much that you just know already.
yeah.
Yeah. But you have to question. I love when people challenge me and make me think.
Mm.
Because that's either gonna reaffirm what I know or it's gonna send me down the right path. If I'm not on the right path, then I want to be on the right path.
Yeah. Amen,
Yeah.
brother. Yeah, I hear you on that, bro. But me too. I'm in that same boat. Like I'll, constantly questioning certain things. How come we gotta do that? I mean, not just church, just everything.
Yeah, everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
They now, going through all these things, all these challenges that you're facing, what are maybe some pieces of advice you would give other fellow Polynesian brothers that are going through some rough times? Like what would you want to tell them?
Oh, I told I told you I don't have no advice. Um, I don't have no advice. I can only tell, what I did, Um, but we pretty much just covered it, right? I mean, you got to. It's okay to question, and then you study. But if you question and don't study, then you're not going to get your answers. But I think so. Like I said, I kind of lived my life in between, like for a long time. Like I was Hawai'i, I was Hawaiian, right? When I and that affected everything, right? So I married a Hawai'i girl from St. George, um, who didn't know exactly the Hawaiian side, right? So the Hawaiian, like I was Haole mostly to her, but then I wanted to be Hawaiian to my family and my friends, and so that I think that got kind of in the way, I don't know exactly, so that caused conflict, right? The cultural difference caused conflict, and I didn't know because I was halfway, right? Um, there's other things that when you losing your way in church, right? You're halfway, and so that's when the trouble starts, and so that's when you know I don't know, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I was never away from the church, but during the marriage, when the marriage is in trouble, you start pulling away from the church, and now you're in that half between. I used to have I had a college roommate that said, if you're standing on a fence, right, you got to either jump to the left or to the right, because if you jump down, right, if you don't jump one side, then it's gonna hurt on the way down. I don't know if that's probably wasn't his saying, but that's what he told
That's a good one.
me. Yeah. So I don't know. So me being in the middle of so after I graduated with my degree, I didn't want to teach because I wanted to make money, right, to provide. So I spent years and years and years trying to find something that I could do that I was passionate about, um, that would bring some security, and I just didn't find it. I mean, I could do all these things. I was a machinist. I managed a couple of restaurants. Um, I tried some other types of sales, and it just wasn't for me, because I was living in the in between. But now now I am where I am. I am where I belong. I believe that I belong where I belong. So I mean, if you want to count it as advice, you just got to find where you belong. I don't I don't know if that's advice because that's hard, right? So now you give the advice to how to find that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got lucky. I think I just kept going.
Yeah. There were some other brothers on the show that mentioned the same thing. You just kept going, put their head down and just go forward, man. Sometimes
Mhm.
that's all you got, all you can do, man. So
Yep.
crazy. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the intro video that I had for the channel, but you know, the kicker that made me start that channel was when I found out one of our classmates got shot
Got
by
murdered.
her son.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember her, Moana, Salvador?
Yeah. Oh, it was
Remember
her?
her, bro.
Oh.
She played guitar. I don't know if she was in, I think she might have been in band or something like that. But yeah, man, it was crazy. It was just they said Moana Garcia, and then somebody had hit me up on my phone. It's like, hey, isn't this our classmate? And they showed me the picture. I was like, holy crap, it's Moana Salvador, bro. And and it was her own son that shot her too. It was just like, okay, that's it, you know. This and then even just recently too, one of my other friends, she's in from Mililani. One of her good friends just had a son that committed suicide recently, bro. And I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro. My heart went out to them, you know. And I don't know if they're watching the channel, but family, prayers with you guys too, man, because that stuff is just crazy to deal with. But yeah,
You
bro,
know, that's happening so much these days. So
yeah, bro.
many suicides, bro. You know, I will share this. When I got divorced, um, this is why I say I kind of got lucky when I got divorced. When I got divorced, I had family, you know, and so eh, and I never did ever tell them exactly like the circumstances behind my divorce. You know, what was done, who said what, you know, what happened, whatever. But I knew that they were mad, right? So they were mad that she would accuse me of some stuff, and they knew that it was not true, right? So I knew that they were mad for me, so I didn't have to be mad. You know, that's just I don't know if that's what, you know, if that happens for other people, but I know that because my loved ones were there and they were mad for me, that I didn't have to be mad. I didn't have to take that upon me. And so I made it through my divorce pretty easily, actually. And so you know, these people that commit suicide, there's been so many. I know so many of them, especially the kids. There's like two kids in my school, a couple like last year, that committed suicide, and you just gotta. Where are their family? Where is their group? You know, where's the people they belong to? Who is feeling who's feeling mad for them? Who's feeling sad for them? Like in this world, we can't. There's no. It's hard to believe that somebody's so alone in this day and age that they would do that.
It's that
Like
empathy, yeah? That
yeah,
empathy, yeah.
right, yeah. That's powerful. That powerful. That and yeah, I feel bad for those that for anybody that doesn't have that. Yeah.
See, that's cool, man. You blessed, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, but I got it. That's one thing I know. I know that I am blessed. Like there's no way. Like other people, other brothers that have the problems that I had, they that don't have the family and don't have the faith, you know, the church background or whatever, or something to believe in, something, anything just to hold on to.
yeah.
That's poor. That's unlucky. I don't know what you want to call that, but no, I've been blessed. I've been blessed. My kids are awesome. Like sometimes I hurt so bad. Like one time I hurt so bad. Like I had gout in both my ankles at the same time. I couldn't walk, bro, for like 10 days. Like
Damn.
I couldn't even get up. Oh, that was a challenge. But I had kids, and there was no way I was going to do something that would, that would bring shame to my kids. You know what I mean? There's no way that I was going to prove that I was. I don't want to say a coward. You know what I mean? We call suicide people that go through suicide cowards, but that's not true, because the pain that I felt that time.
Yeah.
Well, for that long, when you don't know it's going to end, every day I wake up and I'm in pain, bro.
Pain.
And I can see. I didn't understand why. But you know what? My father dealt with this all day, like every day, for 50 years, bro. For 30, 40 years. But I had no idea. I had no idea. But like we were saying earlier, bro, our fathers, bro, they were studs, bro. They
The roughnecks, bro.
they were the real stuff, bro.
Like you brought up earlier, bro. Our dads had grit. Not had, they have grit, And I'm pretty sure we inherited some of that. Obviously, you inherited that. Look at you, bro. All the stuff you're going through.
Well, if he didn't give me that and he gave me all this, bro, I'd be pissed, bro. He had to give me the grit. That would be odds, bro. But I tell you what, though. If me and my brother was shooting each other with BB guns, he would have smacked us around. So he was small kind of hypocrite.
Yeah, your father and my father were shooting each other with BB guns, from what I understand. Shoot, bro.
Your father, bro. I gotta say. I mean, I told you. I said this earlier, but I gotta say online, bro. Your father is the. You know what? When my father passed away, when my dad died,
yeah.
I thought about all the uncles in my life. Like we talked about Uncle Bobby up in Orem, Uncle Boogie, the one that coaches Novalta.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know him, but Uncle K, Kelly's dad, all these guys. Bro, and I made the analogy, like I was thinking about, I was reading the two Helaman Sons, the 2000 Stripling Warriors.
Yeah. Bro,
and maybe our dads weren't perfect, but if you had 2,000 of those type guys, no wonder, right? No wonder they won. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that brought, like, when my dad passed, that idea brought me some comfort.
Yeah, that was the crew, bro.
Yeah.
One of these days, I gotta tell you one story. We're actually kind of running out of time, but off camera, bro, I gotta tell you this story, man, about that my dad told me. It's pretty cool though, but definitely like you said, man, like the examples that we have with our pops, we lucked out in a big way. Super grateful, bro.
I agree.
No, but I gotta thank you, man, for your time for doing this, Duke. Seriously, I love you, bro.
Me too, man.
Please don't lose touch, man, because especially now that we're talking story now, we gotta reconnect and everything and catch up. Yeah. Let me know when you're in Hawaii too.
I need to come home pretty soon too, because I gotta reinstall my brown.
Yeah, you do. Get your color back here, man. We go catch up with Nia and everybody else. Okay. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. Mahalo, folks. Mahalo to you, Duke, man. Take care.
Aloha.
Aloha.